Welcome Diecast fans, it's time for the best of the best race. That's right, we've got the top drivers from RTR, Flat Rabbit, Jackson Pass and our own Spanners driving for Chaos Canyon to see who will take out the best of the best in a full race final where everybody's pink slips are on the line. Let's have a look at the drivers tonight. So first up, we've got the Beauty Division winner Spanners Watson for Chaos Canyon in the number 13. Then we've got Cross driving for Flat Rabbit in the number 11 Way Too Fast. In the Beast, we've got Jason Paul for RTR Diecast Racing League in the number 5 Chevelle Wagon. And of course, Gnocchi Jack for Jackson Pass in the number 23 AMC Javelin. All points have been reset, so everybody is starting at 0, and the same point structure that's been in the competition is used for this race. We're kicking off with Jason Paul and Cross in the front row, Spanners and Gnocchi Jack in the back. Every one of these drivers has got something to prove. Let's see how they do. These boys are amped. Everyone wants to prove they're the best of the best and try and take down the champ. And they're away. Tight into KM corner. Oh, Jason Paul again gets wide, hangs his rear end out in front of the competition. Spanners storms through and Jason Paul coming through for second. Cross there stalled out under the bridge and Gnocchi Jack unfortunately upside down there. He'll be gutted, the young man. But let's go back and have a look what happened here. So Jason Paul, same thing he did in the last race when he was in that position, just hangs his rear end out like he's airing out his undercarriage or something. Cross gets stuck in behind, Spanners flies through, sees an opportunity. Poor Gnocchi Jack there looked like he was trying to change his angle to avoid the idiots in front of him, and he ends up going a bit too wide, lands badly and flips over. But Spanners did a great job there to pedal the car around past Jason Paul because he was definitely trying to take Spanners out. All these boys seem to be pushing hard, but Spanners takes first blood with 5 points, Jason Paul with 3. We go back up for race number 2 and we've got Cross and Gnocchi Jack in the front row, Jason Paul and Spanners in behind. The last time Cross was in this position, Mike Mays flipped him into the other lane. Let's see if Paul plays as dirty as Mike Mays did. He makes it through cleanly this time. Oh, and what happened? Okay, he went off track, gets back on track, and takes the win. What the heck? Oh, and there goes Spanners and Jason Paul. Where did these guys come from? They were well out, I thought. And Gnocchi Jack stuck back by the bridge. This is just crazy. What are these guys doing? So, look at this lead here that Cross has, but he drifts wide, slams into the trees, bounces back on the track. Gnocchi Jack comes through, hits him. Spanners and Jason Paul do their best to avoid him as well, but they both slam into him. It's amazing that anybody even made it through that corner the way Cross was blocking the whole track like that. Then he gets pushed around, drives over Spanners' bonnet, and then Spanners managed to get his act back together, pedals the car around. Jason Paul in behind, Gnocchi Jack gives him a bit of a nudge. Oh, and it actually looked like Gnocchi Jack hit Spanners and gave him a nudge. But Cross with a tasty little finish manoeuvre there with a massive 360. Very high risk in this competition. And then Spanners cruises across, followed up by Jason Paul. This is just some excellent racing and exactly what we expect in a best of the best race. So as far as the points go, that's 2 points for Jason Paul, 5 for Cross, 3 for Watson. So that's 8, 5 and 5 so far and 0 for Gnocchi Jack. Spanners and Gnocchi Jack in the front row, Cross and Jason Paul in the back row. How they're going to handle it this time. They take off. Gnocchi Jack and Cross out strong. Pushing hard. Oh, Cross with a bit of a dirty move there. Oh, and a tasty parking manoeuvre right at the end. And Jason Paul comes through for another second place. What is going on? Gnocchi Jack upside down. Oh, and Spanners is upside down. That is very unusual for him. Was that an unforced error or was that dirty play by the others again? So Gnocchi Jack here had a good lead. Cross in that Way Too Fast barrels up behind him, pushes him into the wall, flips him over by the look of it. I mean, Gnocchi did a great job to get himself back on track. Spanners with a bad bounce and Jason Paul with a bad bounce. And Cross with the dirty move where he pushes Gnocchi Jack into the wall and forces him up onto his side while he storms off ahead. Spanners hits the wall, rolls over, and Jason Paul goes the other way, rolls back onto his wheels. And look at the way Paul handles that Chevelle wagon to avoid not only Spanners but also get around outside Gnocchi Jack and get through to the finish. So he picks up more points again. so far the most consistent driver, moves him up to 8 points, the same as Spanners, and Cross moves into the lead with 10. Gnocchi Jack on 0. There's no way for Gnocchi Jack to take this out, but it is a three-way race here, and we've got Spanners and Jason Paul in the front row, Gnocchi Jack and Cross in behind. So Spanners, Jason Paul and Cross all vying for the pink slips here on all of the cars. It is anybody's race, and they're off. It is close. Spanners gets a boost coming out of KM corner. Oh, there's carnage in behind. Spanners pulls around. Cross hits him brutally from behind and pushes him across the line for the win. Can Cross finish as well? No, he stalls out under the bridge. Oh, Cross is stalled out. And both Gnocchi Jack and Jason Paul are over. That is a real shame. It looked like some mass carnage going on in behind. We're going to have to go back to that replay and see just what happened there. So it looked like Gnocchi Jack actually gave Spanners a bit of a nudge coming through KM corner there. Look at this, Spanners slows down and he gets a massive speed boost going out of that corner. And then Gnocchi Jack, oh, and look at that roll by Jason Paul and the Beast there. That is brutal. He comes in, noses in, does a full-on cartwheel, bounces high up in the air. Cross is rolling over in the background as well, but look at this. He does a full aerial 360 and then lands on Cross's car. Cross manages to shake him off, gets around Gnocchi Jack, but then slams into Spanners who'd stalled out. But look at this crash here. He does a 180 into a full 360, into another 180, into another bounce, and lands on Cross's roof. That is by far the most acrobatic accident we have ever seen at the Canyon. That was brilliant. But unfortunately, that gave Spanners the win and no points to any other driver. So what that means is that gives Spanners the overall win on 13 points. Cross right in behind on 10 and Jason Paul only just behind on 8. Gnocchi Jack with a disappointing DNF. Obviously taking too many tips from Philip to tank there, but well done to Spanners yet again, not only taking out the beauty division, but taking out the overall best of the best in the whole competition. An absolute legendary drive there, mate.
Thanks very much. It was an awesome competition. I am so glad that everybody is okay after that gnarly wipeout of Jason Paul in that last round, but a totally fun series. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Keep an eye out next year. We will be back for more with more tracks and a chance for you to get your own car into the series. That's enough for tonight. We are going to finish off with the spectacular crash from Jason Paul of RTR Diecast Racing League. Thanks very much. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We will see you next time.